Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Max24, and December 2022 has come and gone. We are now in 2023, but before we can get into the big new year, we have to go through all of the movies, video games, and books, and even pop figures that I picked up in the last month of 2022. It was a slow month as far as movies are concerned, but I did pick up a lot more video games than I usually do, and I picked up a lot of books because there was some great sales, especially at Barnes & Noble. I didn't even know they did a 50% off all hardcover sale every single year, so I had to get in on that. Movies, it's a little light, so if you come here for the movies, I'm sorry, there's only about 4 of them. But everything else, I definitely compensated for the lack of movies with. Before we get into all the things that I picked up in the month of December, please let me know in the comments below what you picked up. Please like, comment, subscribe to the friends, all the ones of us YouTubers. Tell you guys to do follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I upload most on Twitter and TikTok, still on Facebook, barely on Instagram. Follow me, subscribe to me here. And with that, let's get into the December haul video. So we're gonna start with the movies. Again, I didn't pick up a lot of these. I don't know why. I just kind of didn't. Alright, the Christmas season, I was anticipating more movies as presents, and I just didn't want to get things that I wanted if other people were gonna buy them for me. So I made sure to avoid that section. But the movies that I did pick up, 2 of them are presents, 2 of them were, well, one of them was a pre-order, and one of them was a finally, I gotta get this. I've been waiting to get this forever. So we're gonna start with the presents. So I got Trainspotting. Trainspotting is a fantastic movie. Ewan McGregor is just at his top of his game here. All the cast is just really strong, great. If you've not watched Trainspotting, it's a group of people, of dysfunctional people in a dysfunctional world, and they're just sort of living their day, and it's like a dark comedy kind of, I consider. I mean, some of it gets really dark, but some of it's kind of funny too. I really enjoyed Trainspotting. I think it's a really good movie, and if you have not watched it, you should watch it. Next up, I also got Trainspotting 2. Trainspotting 2, I have not seen. I've seen Trainspotting 1, but I'm glad that I got Trainspotting 2 because now I'll be able to actually see the sequel. I've heard good things, right? These sequels, these legacy sequels that take forever to make, don't often pan out, but this one did, and I'm excited to check it out. Then I picked up Anna and the Apocalypse. I've been waiting to pick up this movie for a long time, alright? You probably don't know what this movie is. This is a zombie Christmas musical. Now that might sound weird, that might sound outrageous, that might sound like the stupidest thing ever, but it works. Trust me, it works, alright? The music's great, the songs are great, the story's interesting, alright? The characters are interesting. It's just a fun movie. It's set around Christmas, and it's a mandatory Christmas watch for me ever since it first came out. It's well worth the watch. Well worth. I mean, literally, the back has the main character holding a bloody candy cane. Like, what? How can you not watch that? And then the final movie I picked up was a pre-order that I pre-ordered like a couple months ago, and it finally came in, and that is the Pulp Fiction 4K Steelbook. I'm kind of upset. This Steelbook is not on the same level as the Reservoir Dogs one. The Reservoir Dogs one had like a nice little slipcover thing. This one does not have that. It's a good Steelbook, don't get me wrong. It's nice and fancy looking, but it's just not what I wanted it to be. I wanted to have a fancy slipcover thing. But I like this movie. I think some people overrate this movie a lot. I don't think it's one of the best movies ever made. I don't even think it's one of the best Quentin Tarantino movies ever made. That goes to like Inglourious Bastards or Django Unchained. But it's a good movie nonetheless. I enjoy it, and it's got great acting, interesting story, and yeah, it's a good movie. Those are all the movies that I picked up in the month of December. Now let's get into the video games. And for video games, there was a lot of sales, and I had to pick up some games from my backlog. Gotta fill out my backlog, make it bigger. And I don't know if I'll ever play this, but yeah, it's fine. First, I picked up Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. This was the first big sale from Best Buy's 12 Days of Gaming sale they were doing at the beginning of December, and it was a really good deal. I believe it was like 50% off this game. All right, Legend of Zelda is a good series. I enjoyed this series, the ones that I've played at least, and I wanted to pick up Skyward Sword. That's one of the only reasons I wanted a Wii U, but I skipped out on the Wii U era. But then when they announced that they were bringing it to Switch, I was like, okay, I gotta get my hands on this, but I didn't until now. I don't know when I'm going to play it because I've got a lot of games in my backlog, but I'm happy that I finally have this in my collection because, it's a good game. It's a good game. It doesn't get enough love. Next up, I picked up Mario & Rabbids Sparks of Hope. This is the new Mario & Rabbids strategy game, and I enjoyed Kingdom Battle. I have not finished Kingdom Battle, though, but this was on sale for about 50% off, and I was like, well, I enjoy Kingdom Battle. I'm going to finish Kingdom Battle at some time. at some point, so I better pick up Sparks of Hope now so I can lock it in, because I don't think it'll ever be at a better deal than it was when I got this. It looks good. It looks fun. I'm excited to try it out. Then I picked up Fire Emblem Warriors. I've been waiting to pick up Fire Emblem Warriors for years, ever since it got ported to Switch. I was like, I gotta pick this up, and then every year I didn't. Well, now I did. It was like $15, and I was like, you know, I've wanted it forever. Why don't I just buy it? I don't know when I'll get to it, but I finally scratched this off the list. Along with that, I picked up its sequel, Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, which is also a sequel to Three Houses, which I have not finished. I'm almost done with Three Houses, but I get distracted. But I was like, Fire Emblem Warriors, I've been wanting that for a while. I enjoyed the demo. I'll probably enjoy the full game, and, you know, I've heard good things about Three Hopes, and I'm like, you know, add it to my collection. I'll get to it at some point. And it was also like $15, so, you know, you can't pass that up. Then I picked up New Tales from the Borderlands. I've not heard great things about this game. But I like Borderlands. I like the Borderlands world, and Tales from the Borderlands was fun. And, you know, more Borderlands lore I'm all in for, even if the game's not great. You know, it expands the world, the universe a little bit more, and that's always exciting. I'm excited to check this out at some point. I just don't know when I'll get to it. I have to finish Tiny Tina's Wonderlands first. Then I got God of War Ragnarok, the amazing award-winning sequel to 2018's God of War. I have not played it yet, alright? Or at least I haven't played most of it. I think I played like the beginning of it. It was great, but I have to play more of it, alright? It's on the list. Gotta finish Horizon Forbidden West first, though. But I'm very excited to sink my teeth into this, because it looks like a fantastic game, and it is a fantastic game. And then finally, I believe this was this month. It might have been an earlier month, so you might be seeing a repeat. But The Last of Us Part 1, remaster of The Last of Us remaster. Yeah, there's a lot of remasters. But this is like a more of a full-on remake of it, reimagining of it. It brings it on the level of Part 2. I love The Last of Us. I think The Last of Us is a phenomenal game. I think The Last of Us Part 2 is a phenomenal game. I'm super excited for The Last of Us show. So I was willing to support the series and pick up this remake and check it out again in nice, beautiful, new, on par with Part 2 graphics. Alright? I haven't gotten to it yet. I know the story. I know what's going to happen, but I'm very excited to check this out in this new format. And it was cheap. It was 50% off, so you can't pass that up. But yeah, those were all the video games I picked up in the month of December. Now let's get into the books. And the books I picked up a lot this month because there was a 50% off all hardcovers at Barnes & Noble. You can't pass that up, especially as a book lover. So the first book I got was Avatar: The Last Airbender: The Rise of Kyoshi. Alright, this is a young adult novel following Avatar Kyoshi as she's rising, of course, hence the title. I haven't read it yet, but it explores and expands the Avatar world, the Avatar universe, past Last Airbender and Legend of Korra. Kyoshi is a fan favorite Avatar, so it only makes sense they would write books about her. They're also apparently making an animated show, but I'm very excited to sink my teeth into the Rise of Kyoshi because I just love the Avatar world and I can't wait to learn more about her. On top of that, I picked up its sequel, The Shadow of Kyoshi. Alright, they only did 2 Kyoshi novels, and now they are done with the Kyoshi story. But I'm excited to read everything about her because, you know, she's Avatar Kyoshi, and it's the Avatar world, and I had to pick both of these up. Then I also got Avatar: The Last Airbender: The Dawn of Yang Shen, which she is I think she's an airbender, the air avatar in the cycle, a little while before The Last Airbender, of course. She's before Kyoshi as well, but again, it expands the Avatar world, and I'm very excited to learn more, especially because we don't really know anything about this one, alright? We know a lot about Kyoshi because we see her a lot in the show, you know, as flashbacks and statues and stuff. I don't remember ever seeing her, ever. So I'm excited to read this one as well. I gotta read the Kyoshi ones first, though. On top of that, I got Shadow of the Sith. This is one of the only sequel-era books that Disney has done, and it just follows Luke Skywalker learning about Exegol, and I'm excited to dig into it. It's a really big novel. Alright, I enjoy all of the canon Star Wars novels, so more Luke Skywalker content, old man Luke Skywalker content, and I think Lando too. I'm all there for it. I'm on board. Along with that, I picked up The Princess and the Scoundrel. This book purely exists to canonize the new hotel that Disney made, but I'm all for reading about Han Solo and Princess Leia's marriage, alright? We don't get to see their beautiful marriage, their beautiful union on screen. I want to read about it because, you know, they are a power couple within the universe. I mean, they their marriage single-handedly destroy the universe again because it spawned Ben Solo. But I'm excited to read about their love story. You know, I'm not expecting this to be an amazing book because, again, it purely exists to canonize the hotel. But I'm expecting a decent read. Then I picked up Star Wars The High Republic Tempest Runner. I absolutely love The High Republic, all right? If you have not read the High Republic novels, they are fantastic. They are fantastic. And this is an audio drama turned into a book. So it's simply a script in here, but they did an audio drama following this character who is a great character in the books, and it's just more story. It's just a continuation of the story, and, you know, it's a great piece of literature. Seriously, The High Republic, well worth the read. Along with that, I picked up Star Wars Padawan. This is a young adult novel following a young Obi-Wan Kenobi, alright? He's just doing Obi-Wan Kenobi things. He's just a Padawan, hanging out with Qui-Gon Jinn, doing missions and stuff. It's going to be a fun adventure read. I have not read it yet, but I'm excited to learn more about Obi-Wan Kenobi because Obi-Wan Kenobi's phenomenal, and I'll have to read everything in Ewan McGregor's voice. That's just the rules. Then the final book I picked up is Star Wars The High Republic Convergence. This kicks off Phase 2 of The High Republic. High Republic is being released in phases. Phase 1 covered a bunch of era. Phase 2 takes place before Phase 1 and brings us even further back in time, closer to the Old Republic. You know, I feel like we'll get there eventually. But the Convergence, I'm excited to check it out because Phase 1 of The High Republic was phenomenal. It was absolutely fantastic. I loved every second. Really excited to see how Phase 2 plays out. And then Phase 3, I just love The High Republic. Seriously, give us more High Republic content. Again, if you're a Star Wars fan and you have not checked out The High Republic, highly recommend it. Those were all of the books that I picked up in the month of December. A lot of books. I gotta go place them over here because there's a lot of them. Jesus Louise. The final thing I picked up, I didn't really pick up any pop figures, I don't believe, but I did pick up 3 board games because Barnes & Noble's sale also affected the board games, right? 50% off the board games too. And the first board game I picked up was Firefly the game, all right? I don't know how this plays. I don't know if it's going to be good, but it's Firefly. I'm all for more Firefly content, and the more Firefly content that we buy, the more that the studios say, hey, oh, they might want Firefly. They want more Firefly content. Somebody revive Firefly, please. But the books have been great. Hopefully the board game's great. Along with that, I picked up Civilization: A New Dawn. I love the Civilization video games. I don't know if the board game's going to be good. It looks a lot like most other, like kind of like a Settlers of Catan type situation. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's fun. You know, I like Civilization, so I wanted to give it a try. And for like $20, you can't pass that up. And then the final board game, gotta set these down because this one's a big one. The final board game I got was the Risk Game of Thrones. Finally, I've been wanting this board game ever since I first saw it at the store at Games by James on the shelf. I was like, I need this. All right, this is my dream version of Risk. And oh my gosh, it was like $20 during the sale, and I was like, finally, I could cry right then and there, but I didn't. I composed myself. I cried in the car later. But seriously, this version of Risk is great. It's got 2 boards, Westeros and Essos, and it's got all of the different houses and all the different things, some special rules. I can't wait to dig into this and play it with people because Risk is a great game to begin with. Game of Thrones version of it, that's just taking something that's stellar and just doing it even better. Seriously. Phenomenal. But yeah, those are all the board games, books, movies, and video games that I picked up in the month of December. Let me know below what you picked up. Hopefully this month I'll get more movies to, you know, kind of excite you movie fans. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you picked up. Let me know in the comments what I picked up that you think is so stupid. Why would you do that, Max? You're so dumb. Gosh, start off 2023 on a high note. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next video.